Hello, American literature. I just wanted to record, I promise, a quick video to introduce kind of the next section of the class, our midterm um, weeks, basically. Things will feel a little bit different. It'll be very important to pace yourself over the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what the class should look like right now. I've collapsed all of the weeks. So week 7 through 8, midterm. You see here, midterm explainer video coming soon. That will look different. I will link this and include this. Let's look at the assignment. And in bold at the top, this assignment spans a few weeks. Please pace yourself. I've designed this so I know that it looks like quite a lot when you're looking at it today, but you have assignments that are due 3 weeks from now. So you want to find this happy balance of I designed it so that you should ideally be able to take a spring break in there somewhere, because ECC spring break is the 17th through 21st. So instead of just having one normal week and then no, and then nothing, and then back to kind of normal, I'm doing things a little bit differently over the midterm span of time, which straddles spring break. So I would hopefully you're doing this every week, but it's really important when you see this assignment to take stock of everything, look at the reading, look at the writing assignments, and pace yourself. I don't want you to rush and do it all in the next 3 days, but I don't want you to wait until um, the 24th or the 25th to start tackling things. So this is going to take a lot of kind of self-motivation and trust in yourself to pace yourself, but it should be absolutely manageable, with the understanding that you should get to unplug a little bit between now and the 26th. So you'll notice that I'm having you read a full novel. It's a short one. Many of you might have read The Great Gatsby already. Great. Read it again. You're a different person now than you were then, and you're reading it in a different context. So you've been studying American literature, chronologically from post-Civil War, and that will help shape how you read this book. So the full novel is in your textbook. Please read it. A short story by William Faulkner, two short stories by Ernest Hemingway, one in your book and one that's on Canvas, four poems by Langston Hughes, and a short story by John Steinbeck. So again, I would never give you this reading assignment for 1 week, but I am for 3 weeks. So pace yourself. And of course, watch the linked YouTube videos. In that YouTube playlist, there are some audiobooks of some of the things that we cover. The Great Gatsby film, I'm gonna have to double check. That might have gotten removed for copyright issues on YouTube, but I do think that there is an audio version there, which you can find elsewhere too. And then the midterm assignments, we're going to delve into that next. You basically have kind of four things that you're going to do over the next few weeks. So let's go back to home. You can see here the Hemingway short story, the YouTube playlist, some of our cultural articles and context for the week about journalism, yellow journalism, which we might think of as the fake news of the late 1800s. And then this is a cool video, just a brief history of American cinema, and Zora Neale Hurston, some information about the Writers' Project, the Depression era. So, kind of a few different things going on this week in terms of the cultural, historical connections, but I think very interesting. And here we have the midterm assignments. So you will notice that you have a midterm quiz that's due a week from today. So this is just kind of my way of making sure you're kind of plugged in. I don't have anything due over spring break, obviously, but this midterm quiz, spoiler alert, is very doable. I'm going to open it and show you. Here you go. What was your favorite? Oh, shoot. Forgive me. I will be editing this to say what was the favorite text that you've read so far from our reading list. I think I edited that and Canvas ate my edits. So basically, the first question is going to be, what's the favorite thing you've read this semester and why? It's a taste question. So not critically analyze it, but what vibed with you? What did you like? And then question two, how are you doing? So I know I've asked that somewhat recently, but I'm asking it again. So that will be edited, tweaked slightly, but that's due next Wednesday. I'm doing something a little bit different this semester. I don't need to tell you that because you don't know how I've done it before. But historically, I've done kind of a major midterm essay with multiple sources, a pretty kind of formal classic essay. I'm trying to do things a little bit different. So here we are. Let me know if you have any questions, because sometimes when you try something for the first time, there are hiccups. So, and this is worth the most points in the suite of midterm assignments. I'm calling it a scholarly reflection to kind of show that it's amped up a little bit from what you do week by week, but it's still not a full-blown essay, and I don't want you to think of it as such. So, I'm asking you to write a brief analytical reflection that connects two texts that you've read or watched so far and develop an analytical response about how they're connected. Be specific, not broad and vague. You might want to focus on one historical event in one poem, for example, or a short story in a poem. One of your sources should be a piece of literature from the textbook. The other one is choose your own adventure. It might be another piece of literature. It might be a video, an article, etc. The finished reflection should be about 2 pages long. I do ask you to include a works cited page with those two sources on it. And yes, still keep it in MLA style. This is a short essay, but I'm asking you to kind of consider weaving in historical context and literature. Try to avoid first person point of view. You've been practicing this every week and kind of elevating your analytical reflection skills every week. This is just a step up from that. But again, not the full-blown 4 page formal essay. So this is a comparative analysis, but less formal than spoiler you might see at the end of the semester. I want you to be creative. Choose something that sparks your interest and curiosity. So maybe you were interested in some of the mental health issues when you read The Yellow Wallpaper and you want to do a little added research about that. Um, I don't want you to recycle something that you've already written. That's not to say that one of your weekly reflections can't be a jumping off point if something really interests you. If you're coming from a place of interest and curiosity and analysis, great. If you're coming from a place of how do I make this easy, not so great. And it will not be an interesting experience for you. So I've included some parameters. Again, this is kind of like if a really formal academic essay and one of your weekly reflections had a baby, somewhere in between. Resources you can use, textbook, the linked films and articles, and then some of those really good writing handouts at the top of the class in the top module. So this is kind of the points heavy assignment or the heavier points assignment, the midterm assignments. But then you also have a creative writing piece, and this is very much a choose your own adventure. I'd like for you to choose one piece of literature from the text list so far. So open up that text list, remind yourself what you've read, and choose something. Try to emulate the writing style of the author as well as you can. And then tell the story from another character's perspective or create a sequel using the original text as part one. This is quite wide open. The two prompts I give you, of course, kind of lend themselves best to a short story, but I wanted to include the other genres that you've read because I think you could do some cool creative things with anything. So this is very creative. I don't have strict parameters on this. I really want you to take this and run with it. So when I say emulating the writing style of the author, I'll use this week's reading or your midterm readings as an example, William Faulkner is known for very flowery, descriptive, long paragraphs, whereas Ernest Hemingway is known, because of his background as a reporter, for terse, um, tense and succinct dialogue, not a lot of description. So you can kind of just, for them, even see it on the page. So if you were to write a clean, well-lighted place from the perspective of another character or a part two, you would try to write in kind of shorter, choppier, succinct sentences. So that's what I mean when I say that. Okay, so those are kind of your two big writing assignments for the next few weeks. And then the midterm discussion forum, I hope this doesn't throw you off too much. I'm making this due on March 28th at midnight, just to give you a little extra wiggle room. Um, Again, I hope that doesn't mess with your brain since we've consistently done Wednesday to Wednesday. You'll see that on March 26th, a new module will open and we'll get back to our week-to-week schedule. But I wanted to give you, again, a little space just to breathe. But of course, you can turn it in early if you really want to stick to the Wednesday to Wednesday. So this discussion forum, I'm basically asking you to do your mini reflections in public. So the first one is about Gatsby, and the second one is any of the poems or short stories from this segment of readings. So please engage with each other, kind of post your responses and see what others say, and have a conversation. So that's that. I know that seems like a lot right out the gate, but remember that you're not going to see a new module appear in American Lit 2 until March 26th. So I'm not going, and the reason I do it this way, I'm not going to tell you you are not allowed to do anything over spring break. I want you to take this time and space to pace yourself and do what works for you. Again, clicking out of Canvas and not checking back in for 2, 3 weeks, like that is not going to work for you. So please do not do that. Um, Take what you've learned from pacing yourself week to week and really put that into practice. So I hope that that all makes sense. I cannot stress enough to please reach out and ask me questions. I am trying something new for this kind of midterm multi assignment. So, like you just saw, when I opened it, I immediately saw something that I needed to edit. So, especially when I try something new, I appreciate if students ask me questions or if anything seems unclear. But really, for both of them, both the scholarly reflection and the creative writing response, I really want you to take it and make it your own. Go back through the modules so far, go back through your text list. Maybe something sparked your interest in week two, but that seems like a very long time ago and you've forgotten it. So, this is meant to be kind of a review of things that have come so far. And yeah, just we'll be ready to launch the next era and the second half of the course starting on March 26th. I'll also let you know that I will be out of the country. I'm leaving on the 12th and coming back the 21st. I will have my cell phone, I will have internet, so I will be responding to you, but I won't have my laptop. So it won't be as easy to kind of get in and do things on Canvas, but please do still reach out to me. But it would be a huge, huge help to me that if you kind of dig in and look at things and um, if you have any questions or concerns to kind of let me know sooner rather than later. Please reach out. Let me know if you need anything and take good care of yourselves and keep reading and watching and writing.